Welcome to the deep dive. We've got some really interesting source material today looking at, well, the sheer speed of current trends. It's easy to feel like you're just constantly trying to catch up, isn't it? Fashion, tech, entertainment, you name it.
Yeah, definitely.
So this deep dive, we're going to pull out the key ideas from these sources about all these changes, and especially focus on the big one they highlight, sustainability.
Right.
Basically, our mission is to make sense of it all, particularly sustainability and, why it matters right now.
And what really jumps out from the sources is that feeling, that sense of being overwhelmed by just how much is new.
Totally.
They really hammer home the volume of development. It's across so many fields, too.
Like what specifically?
Well, think about science, art's always changing, music, fashion, obviously, tech.
It's a lot, just keeping track.
Exactly. It's tough to process it all.
It really is. Feels like, as soon as you kind of get a handle on one thing, something else has already shifted. Your sources mention how fast technology is moving, and entertainment, too. Always new shows, new platforms.
Yeah, constantly changing.
It does make you wonder, how do you stay informed about, well, everything?
Well, that I think is where the categorization and the sources helps a bit. It gives you a framework.
Okay, how do they break it down?
They talk about social trends. That's changes in how we behave, how we interact.
Right, like maybe remote work or something.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Then there are economic trends, shifts in markets, the economy itself.
Okay, inflation, job markets, stuff you see in the news.
Exactly. And finally, cultural trends. So that covers arts, music, creative expression.
Got it. So social, economic, cultural, it helps sort of compartmentalize things a bit.
It does. And while all these are always, moving target, the sources really argue pretty strongly that the most significant trend right now, the one having a huge impact, it's sustainability.
Okay. This is where it gets really interesting based on what you shared. The texts seem to say it's much more than just like a passing thing.
Definitely not just a fad. They frame it as a real movement, something growing, driven by, well, a need for a better future, basically.
And the core idea is...
It boils down to living more eco-friendly lives.
Yeah.
Actively trying to reduce our environmental footprint.
Right. And the sources give actual examples, don't they?
They do. Concrete stuff like reducing waste is a big one. Switching to renewable energy.
And the everyday things, too.
Yeah, exactly. Things we see all the time now, like reusable water bottles instead of plastic, or using cloth bags at the store. Little shifts.
But it's not just us making individual choices, is it? The sources mention companies and governments, too.
Absolutely. That's a key part. Companies offering greener alternatives, sustainable products, and government stepping in with policies.
Like regulations or incentives.
Yeah, things to push towards greener practices, cutting emissions, that sort of thing. It's coming from multiple directions.
And this momentum, it's growing.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
The sources point to even celebrities and influencers getting involved.
Using their platforms.
Right. They're advocating for eco-conscious living, promoting sustainable brands. That visibility, it definitely amplifies the message, makes it more mainstream.
So pulling it all together, what the sources seem to be saying is that sustainability isn't some niche thing anymore. It's like weaving itself into our culture.
Exactly. It's influencing how we live, how businesses think, even government decisions. It's becoming quite integrated.
Which suggests it has real staying power.
That's the argument, yeah. That it's not just temporary. More like a fundamental shift, maybe, towards being more responsible with the planet.
Okay, so let's recap briefly. We've talked about how overwhelming it is trying to keep up with all the trends.
Cost and churn.
We look at how categorizing them, social, economic, cultural, can kind of help make sense of it.
Provides a useful lens, yeah.
And we really dug into why your sources identify sustainability as the standout trend right now, the one driving really big changes.
Right, affecting culture, society, the works.
So thinking about that widespread impact, sustainability across culture, society, even the economy. Yeah.
What's maybe a final thought for our listeners based on the sources?
Well, here's something to mull over. Definitely inspired by the reading. Considering everything we've discussed, what single, maybe small change in your own daily life do you think could actually contribute most effectively to a more sustainable future?
Interesting question.
And then think about the ripple effect. What might happen if lots and lots of people made that same small change? What could that look like?